Hey guys, it's Bonnie from BOLDERBON. Welcome back. Today I'm going to be setting up my Hobonichi planner for 2026. So let's go ahead and get started. All right, guys. Oh my gosh, I am so excited to set this guy up. As you can see, I went with the Hobonichi Hone planner with the slash. This is the cream one. I absolutely love it. I got it this year as well. I know that there's a lot of controversy over the slash, but I think it is so beautiful and chic with the gold accent. So I decided to get it again. I will say though that the botanical cover has been my absolute favorite, and if they were to come back with this, I definitely would switch back to it. I really love the ivory weathered look to it, but I still love this one as well. And when I put them all together on the bookshelf, they just look so pretty and chic right next to each other. And having the year on the spine makes it so easy to choose the planner when I need to reference things from the past years. So that's why I decided to go with the slash again. All right, so I have a ton of fun goodies already set out, as you guys can see. Now, most of the stickers that I'm going to be using are from my shop, but I'll leave everything that I use down below in case you want to know. So, all right, I think that what I would want to do is set up the inside cover. Last year, I only put a few stickers on the cover, but today I'm feeling the need to really decorate. So I grabbed the Coffee House journaling kit, and I also grabbed the Golden Hour stickers, and I just thought that these might look really nice to celebrate the new year in my new planner. Yeah, I think that I might go with these. They're so pretty. I grabbed the clear version, but I do have the white as well. I also have a ton of fun decals as well. I think that the white and gold just looks so pretty against the background here. Now for 2025, I went with the moon, and I think it looks so pretty, but let's take a look. With the golden hour, I think that the circle actually might look really nice here, with the like confetti, and yeah, I think that the little gold sprinkles on the circle looks so good. So let's go ahead and use this one. I think I want to just put it right in the middle. Yeah, let's just commit and put a sticker down and let's get going. All right, so I'm gonna put it right in the middle. It doesn't have to be perfect, but I think that that looks pretty good. All right, first sticker's down, yay. Okay, so I definitely want to use like the New York skyline. I think this is so pretty. I'm going to put it right at the bottom here. I think that the cover with the darker background actually makes the stickers look really nice. I thought it would be maybe too dark, but I think that looks really good. Okay, I'm glad I chose the transparent paper. Oh my gosh, guys, I think I got a little carried away. Once I started putting a few stickers down, I just couldn't stop. And I love how it turned out. Okay, so let's move on because I still have a ton more that I want to set up. All right, so this page, I think I'm just going to be super simple, not like the cover, and just put one of the decals on this page. I think I want to cover up the words in the right-hand corner. Let's put maybe the chic sticker down here. Let's see if it fits. Oh, yay, it fits right on top. Okay, perfect, because I'm thinking that I want to actually use these two pages. I might put like my name or my word of the year on this page. Or maybe I'll do my yearly goals here, or maybe a vision board might be good, especially to like match my cover page here. And maybe I'll print out some pictures and put them on here. I haven't done a vision board in the Hobonichi before, so that might be a fun video to do in the future. All right, so moving on to the yearly view. Oh wait, I have to put my tabs on first. It's literally my must-have item in my planner. I actually have two different styles of planner tabs, so I wanted to show you really quickly. These ones are the rounded tabs. You can get them in large, small, and tons of colors. So I use the cupcake small ones on the back. But this year I'm going to use our classic style tabs. I used them last year and I absolutely loved the colors. So I grabbed the aesthetic colors and the cocoa rose, and of course I'm going to use my tab mat to help me place them all down. This just makes it so much easier and far less tedious and time consuming. All right, so the first thing you have to do is decide where you want to put your tabs. I personally like to have them in all three sections because I'm constantly flipping through my planner. I also like to put my tab on the page that I'm going to be flipping to, and then I'm just lining up the tab guide to make sure that it is all the way up at the top so they're all aligned. And then our tabs all come with a little perforation right in the middle to make it easier. You also can decide whether or not you want the number or the month to be on the front or the back. I'm going to put the month in the front, and then I'm just lining it up with the white highlight on the tab, and then I'm just going to seal it off on the opposite side, and then I want to just test it out and make sure that it is at the right length before I do the rest of the tab. So yay, perfect. It is just popping it through. Let's see if it is. Yeah, that's going to be great. So if you have the Hobonichi Cousin Avec or the original, that you might want to push it down a bit, but I like to have mine stick out a little bit further. So let's test out one more before I put down the rest. I just want to make sure that they line up how I want it to, and that there is a teeny little space between the two. So perfect. Yay! All right, so let's go ahead and seal this one off, and then I'm just going to put down the rest of them. Okay, the moment of truth. Oh my gosh, yay! I love it. It looks so good. There are a couple of spaces at the bottom here, so if I want to add more tabs, I can for like my daily or monthly section, but I'm actually going to add all of the tabs for the daily section to make it easier for me throughout the year when I want to flip through the planner. So I'm going to go ahead and do that now. I did grab a couple different tabs to use for my daily section, the Cocoa Rose and the aesthetic tabs that I just used, but I like to kind of have the daily and monthly section different. So I'm going to do the Cocoa Rose and then I'll be right back. Okay, So guys, oh my gosh, I got them all down. Oh, I love how it looks in the daily section with the cascading effect. Oh my gosh, it is so pretty. All right, so let's see what it looks like in the front. Yay, so you can just see the weekly section up front, and then the daily section just like pops through on the back. Yay, okay. All right, I do want to put my monthly tabs up top as well. I did this last year for the first time and I really loved it. So if you want to use the tab guide for the cousin, you can. You can just line it up underneath the planner. It really is super tight, but it can fit. I am going to use the aesthetic tabs to put up top. Now you can just use the monthly tab that's included with the tabs to put up at the top here, or you can put it on the side, but guys, you know, I'm a little extra and I love how they all look. So yay. All right. So I actually am not going to use the tab guide to put the rest of the tabs up top because if I do, my head is going to be popping through the whole video. So I'm actually going to line them up on the opposite side. If you do it this way, just be sure to face them the way you want them to look. So mine are backwards. So when I flip over the tab, it will have the month on the front side. And then also make sure you put them super close together so they all fit. All right, yay! All of the top tabs are done now. I know it's a little extra, but I absolutely love it. It is a little bit of work to put all of the tabs down, but I find it's totally worth it once they're all down, and it's really helpful throughout the year when I'm flipping through my planner, even on the back side. Oh my gosh, okay, I love it so much. All right, so let's go ahead and get started with planning, of course. Patty, she needs to make an appearance and say hi to you guys. She's really such a sweet and shy girl, but if you came over here, you'd probably never see her, but she does like making a little cameo whenever I'm filming. So, all right, I went ahead and fed her lunch so that I can get back to planning. Okay, so let's set up the yearly view page. I grabbed the coffee kit that I used last year. I really love the aesthetic of this, but we did come out with 2 new designs this year. So you have a total of 5 colorways to choose from now. So this one is the marigold with the beautiful orange florals. Oh my gosh, it's so pretty. I think I'm actually going to use this in my A6 journal this year, and I'll probably do a video on that, so definitely stay tuned for that. We also have the beautiful meadow. I don't have the yearly view for the cousin to show you, but I do have the Hobonichi weeks, and that I think I'm definitely going to be using in my Hobonichi weeks as well. I did struggle though because I love the meadow and I think it would look so pretty in the cousin, but I'm going to use the coffee because I just love how it looks against the aesthetic tab. So let's go ahead and put these down. So this year I added the year back to one of the strips up top for the yearly view. Now you get a couple choices for the calendar stickers. So there are one set of labels that you can use to cover up the month and days of the week. So you can just place them right on top. So you can use them for 2025 or 2027. or you can use the larger boxes to cover up the whole calendar section. I like to use those because I like to write down more information on the yearly view page, and then I also like to use the larger box to cover up one of the calendars, and then I just place it on my hand a couple of times to remove some of the stickiness. I like to do this when I'm using larger stickers like this in case I put it down a little wonky and I need to pull it up from the page. It makes it so much easier to remove. All right, so let's go ahead and put this down. Perfect. All right. Yay. So I don't need to pull it up. I just lined it up against the year and that went down very nicely. All right. So let's go ahead and put down the rest of the kit. All right, yay. Oh my gosh, I love it. It's like my favorite page of the planner. Okay, so I do want to put down the years. I know I already have the 2026 on the left-hand side on the new kit, but I really love having this large one on the left, so I'm just going to cover that up. You obviously don't have to. You can just have that there, but I like to put it right up top here. So I'm going to put that one right in the middle, and then I'm going to take the small one and put it on the right. So it is 2026 for the whole yearly view for me anyway. And then I'm also going to use the little page flags that are left on the yearly view to put in my box section. I like to use these to do my monthly, quarterly, and my yearly tasks, which I'll go over in a second, but I think I want to start with my top section first. And I'm going to be using this Pentel Energel Klena pen in 0.4. I'll leave it linked down below. But for my top section, it's going to be a little bit different than I usually do every year. I decided that I want to try and use it for all of my birthdays. That way I can actually just flip to the front section and see all my birthdays when I'm transferring them over into my monthly and my weekly section. I feel like this might be a better solution than what I was using before. So for January, I left a couple spaces up top because I have my sisters at the bottom. And then for any of like the younger nieces and nephews, I actually put their age to the right. That way I keep remembering every year how old they're going to be turning. So we'll see how that is. I also am going to be using these transparent heart stickers. Now, I don't know if I'm going to use them for the birthdays or for my bottom section here. Let's do the bottom section and then I'll figure it out. So I am using this to keep track of all of my monthly, quarterly, and my yearly tasks that I need to do each year. Done this for a couple years now and it seems to be working well for me, so I'm going to stick to it. I did use the hearts to signify when I completed the task on the left-hand calendars, and I really liked that, so I'm going to continue doing that as well. I do like the idea of putting the hearts for the birthdays though, so we'll see. I might change it up next year, but for this year I'm going to go ahead and keep it how I've been doing it for the last couple years. So I'm just choosing a different color for each one of the tasks for my monthly sections. And then for my quarterly section and my yearly section, I'm going to use the same color heart for each one of those tasks. And then I will also write in when the task is completed on the right hand side and then move the heart over to the calendar section. All right, so I just finished writing in all of my tasks for the year. So for instance, I already know when my physical is for 2026. So I wrote down the date on the right and put the heart coordinating. And then when I finish my other tasks for like my dentist or changing my water filter, I'll put the date and then put the heart on the calendar section. I just really love how it looks at the end of the year. It's so pretty. All right, so let's move on to the index page. Okay, wait. I have to show you. I decided to add a few stickers from the coffee house sheet. Let's just add one more. I just couldn't resist. I was gonna leave the bottom empty to add more monthly if I needed it, but I figured I just wanted to add some more decorations, and I love how it turned out, so I'm glad that I did that. Just had to show you before we started the index pages. All right, so let's go ahead and set up the index page. I did grab the coffee aesthetic that matches the yearly view, so let's go ahead and put down all of the top months. So these fit right in the boxes up top. All right, and then I'm going to put down the monthly strips down at the bottom. These got a slight upgrade this year, so these match the aesthetic tabs and the yearly view perfectly now. Last year, it was just a chocolate ombre effect on the bottom for all of the monthly strips, but now they match the tabs as well. So I love how they turned out. All right, yay. Now I'm going to put down the little checklist. These are actually cute little heart checklists. You can put them down at the bottom as an extra little checklist, but they're made to fit right up top underneath the headers. I'm going to put them all up top and match the monthly strips down below. Okay, perfect. I just finished both sections, so January through December. Now, I'm going to try something new this year. I usually use this for my content planning for my YouTube videos, Instagram, and TikTok, but I know a lot of people use this as a habit tracker, and I have always wanted to give it a try, but have been too anxious to do it because I love using it as my content planning, but I'm going to do it. I'm going to do it this year and see how it goes. Now, I'm going to do it a little bit differently, actually, because I think I want to actually write down my habits down at the bottom, and then put my main video ideas up top. Now, whenever I change things around, I always like to put all of that stuff on a removable sticky note first. That way, if I change my mind, I can actually just remove it and decide on something else. So that's what I'm going to do now. So I'm just cutting up a small little strip to put up in the top section, and then I'm going to write in all of my video ideas that I have for January. I'm going to use a permanent pen. Actually, this one is the Micro Perm Sakura pen in 01. It is my favorite to write on clear sticky notes, so I'll leave that link down below if you guys want to check it out. All right, so the first thing I want to do is my 2025 reflection. So I like to go back at the end of the year and see, like, you know, how all of my goals and everything that I decided I wanted to accomplish in 2025, if I did them. I also want to do my 2026 goals. And if I didn't finish any goals from 2025, I'll move them over to 2026 or just write them off altogether. And then I also want to do a vision board and my January goals. All right, and then I'll leave the rest of the months blank to make sure that this is actually how I'm going to set this up. Now, I also want to do my habit tracker, so I'm going to have to turn the planner, and then I'm going to use the remainder of the sticky note that I used up top to create the tracker down at the bottom here. And actually, I'm going to leave the 2 blank spaces up top where the days and numbers are for the tracker. That way I can actually write in habits down at the bottom. So I'm not going to use a sticky note for that portion. So I might have to just cover that up if I decide to change it next month. But I'm liking it so far. All right, so let's go ahead and do the top section. I grabbed a My Own liner. This is in cream. It is a super light color, so I thought that this might work really well. So if I don't like it, it's not like the end of the world, and I can just cover it up easily. So yeah, it is so light. I love that. All right, perfect. Now let's go ahead and write in the habits. I think I'm just going to make like a squiggly line on both sides. That way, yeah, that looks good. And then I'll write in habits in the middle so it's kind of centered. And oh my gosh, guys, I just realized I'm using the micro perm pen. Thankfully, I had stickers on the other side so it didn't bleed through. So with the permanent markers and pens, they usually bleed through on the Hobonichi paper. So definitely don't use that on the paper. You can always write on the stickers with the permanent pen, but not on the paper. All right, yay. All right, that looks good. So now I'll grab my permanent pen to write on the sticky note. Okay, so I think what I'm going to do is write in my habits in each one of the little boxes instead of making it super small. I don't know how this is going to turn out, but I'm going to give it a try. Okay, guys, oh my gosh, I love how it looks spaced out like that. I wasn't quite sure if I wanted to just do them all together, but it looks so good, almost like uniform on the bottom. I'm so glad they all fit. All right, so here's the thing. I'm gonna have to remember that the month actually starts up at the top here, so I can just check things off up at the top, and hopefully I stick to that. I'll probably end up turning the planner on the side. That way I make sure that I check off the correct box, and I'll probably do like circles for the day that I missed, or some other type of symbol, just to make sure that there's always something inside the square. So I will definitely keep you guys updated on how this turns out. So that is a look at the index page. I do plan on doing a setup for my monthly view as well. I don't know if I'll be doing a December setup, but I'll definitely do a January setup because I love setting up my first month for you guys in the planner. It also helps motivate me for the new year. And then I also want to do yearly goals set up. I think I'm going to use these 2 pages for my yearly goal, and probably for my reflections page as well. So yearly goal on the left, and then reflections on the right, and then my January goals on each one of the daily pages, the blank ones on the back here. So that is a look at my setup for 2026. Oh my gosh, guys, can you believe it? I love the whole idea of this habit tracker and my yearly view setup. I hope that this gave you a little bit of inspiration on how to set up your planner. If it did and you liked this video, don't forget to give it a thumbs up and subscribe if you haven't already. Thanks again for watching, and I'll see you in my next video. Bye!